Welcome to episode 97 of the Character Unlock podcast. My name's Brooke and I'm hosting this week, and joining me, as always, is my good buddy John.
Hello.
Now, as always, my good buddy Lee.
Hello.
And for the first time ever, Lee's good buddy Phil.
Well, howdy ho.
Oh, fuck you.
Just stop it.
You see we've got a kindred spirit going on here.
Yeah. Oh dear. How is everybody?
Good.
I'm a lot worse now.
Much happier now John's upset.
Wow. That everybody's balancing everybody else out. I like it.
Yeah.
2 on 2, baby.
But of course, because as is now tradition when we have a new guest on, Phil, mate, you have questions to answer. Have you been doing your homework?
I have done all my homework, probably.
Probably. Dog hasn't eaten it. Chucked it in a
Not
washing
yet.
machine by mistake.
A little bit.
Yeah, good. Right. Yeah. So the same 5 questions everybody that joins the podcast gets nowadays. So, question 1: what's your favourite gaming platform? What do you like to play games on?
See, it's a tough one. It's got to be either the PC or the Xbox. I'm going to go for the Xbox.
Okay.
Which one?
Only just.
All of them.
Why only just?
Well, I do like my PC games, but the Xbox is in the lounge, so I can sit on my settee. A bit easy to do that. Laptops usually in the office. That's out of the way.
Yeah.
That's about it.
Good enough reason. Cool. Okay, so next up then, so give us your top 3 desert island games. So you're marooned on a desert island. You only got 3 games to play forever. What games are they?
See, I thought about this for a while, and originally I chose like my 3 favourite games, and then I realised that doesn't work because I'm going to be there forever. And I thought about which 3 games I've wasted the most of my life on, and therefore would probably keep me busy the longest. So, therefore, it's Civilization, Stellaris, and RimWorld. And all 3 for the same reason, that basically they're games you can just play
because they never end.
Days and never ever stop.
Yeah.
And I'd probably die of exhaustion on the desert island just by sitting there playing the games.
At some point, someone's going to say, while they're on the desert island, they want windjammers.
No one is ever going to want to play Windjammers forever. No one.
Or Dead or Alive beach volleyball.
I could play that forever if there was no internet access.
Surely just take porn with you, man. Fucking hell.
You could play that for about 2 seconds, mate.
Well,
That's all you need.
no, I can, but I'd still need to play for another 26 seconds after that to be completely fulfilled.
You can't cuddle the game, you realise this, right?
Who cuddles?
That's what the 26 seconds is for, isn't it?
No.
Wow. Next up, who's your favourite game character?
It's a tough one, isn't it? It's a tough one. You see,
You're
first
not allowed to say any of the women from Dead or Alive beach volleyball.
His
Well,
favourite was the ninja guy, anyway.
there's Lara Croft, but I'm gonna go, and then there's people you can relate to that you like Cloud Strife and Gauta Rivia, people like that. But overall, there's only one game character that's a worm with big muscles. Earthworm Jim.
I don't think we've ever had Earthworm Jim before.
No, and I don't think he's specifically a game character.
No, I'm
You've
pretty
seen
sure
Earthworm
it's a
Jim.
cartoon.
It's good enough for me. That was a game as well.
But based on a cartoon.
I mean, it is a bit like saying Cool Spot is your favourite game character, but he's a
He's in a
character.
game.
He's a character in a game. I'll allow it.
My favourite game character is E.T.
There you go. Why?
That's just a bad pick.
Same reason that Phil chose Earthworm Jim. Because he's a worm with muscles.
Fair enough.
I can't remember what mine was. I'm sure it was Sephiroth Or however Paddy says it.
I don't know. The second you two started talking about that, I've never glazed over a conversation quite so quickly in my life.
I'm pretty sure I was hosting. I wasn't allowed to glaze over.
Pretty sure I fell asleep. What is your favourite game soundtrack?
This one's an easy one because it's one of those that you put on any song from this game and instantly you know exactly what it's from, and everybody loves it.
From
Streets of Rage 2.
Yeah, okay.
Job done.
That's a pretty decent pick.
Honestly, I thought he was going to go with like Wipeout or something for a minute.
Wow. No, everybody likes Streets of Rage 2, don't they? They've got so many songs, and you can even remember the levels they were in when you hear it.
Can you?
Yeah, you can. I would play them, but then you get done for copyright.
Yeah, I don't care about that. I'll just stick them on in the background when I do the edit.
I think I'm better with the first game soundtrack than the second, if I'm honest. Which one was the second? Was that the one with the skater kid in it? Or was that 3?
Yes.
Yes, probably. Why not?
And then finally, what is your favourite gaming memory? What's your favourite memory of playing games, dude?
My favourite memory of playing games is probably back when Time Splitters 1 first came out.
Cool.
And me and my mates used to go down the pub, have a couple of pints when we're underage, and then go back and play Time Splitters while we're a little bit too tipsy to play a computer game. And thinking that you were really, really good on it. That's the best memory.
If I'm honest, I thought you was going to go with that one time when you beat me in one round of a fighting game.
I was so close to the time I kicked your ass on Mortal Kombat, you're right, but no, I wasn't going to mention it. But thanks for bringing it up.
What about that one time when you scored a goal in the right end of Rocket League?
I don't remember that.
No, I can't remember that one.
I do remember kicking Lee's ass at Titanfall, but we'll come to that later.
I don't remember that one either.
I don't remember that one either. And that was yesterday.
Wow. Yeah, nice and short, sharp and sweet intro. I like it. I like it a lot. Everybody else all right? Everybody else had a good week, 2 weeks since the last recording?
Yes.
Yeah. Golden, actually. It's been all right for games.
I mean, yes, it has, but I've only played one game.
Well, I've played a few, so we're good.
I'm going to say you played
few,
at least
like
2, Brooks.
Well, yeah, but the co-op Titanfall doesn't count because, well, it's Titanfall. What to talk about? Should we talk about the Ubisoft Forward thing? Did we all watch the Ubisoft Forward show?
Nope.
You didn't watch it?
I never got around to it.
Did I say that again, Lee?
I watched like the best of videos rather than watching the whole shebang.
Fair enough. Phil?
Yeah, just clips of it. It's far easier.
Fair enough.
Yeah, I saw the games that were involved in it and decided against watching it.
Cool.
In the end.
Well, I'll tell you what then, we'll quickly run through it because I think some of them are worth talking about. Ubi made a quite a point of saying that this is all a pre-recorded thing, so we're not going to discuss the allegations of sexual harassment rife within our company. Probably should have done, pre-recorded or not, dickheads. But game-wise, we started off with Ghost Recon Breakpoint, a game that's almost a year old, and now they've confirmed that we will finally be getting AI teammates in the game. A feature that should have been there from day one. Absolutely fucking ridiculous.
A feature that they promised before it even launched.
Well, yes, because
people in the beta were complaining about it.
People in the beta didn't like not having AI teammates. So at E3 last year, they promised AI teammates, and yeah,
that's really been a long time coming. I'm glad they finally got around to adding AI teammates. I can't say that I'll play it even now, but it's nice that considering they've been promising it for so long and everyone's been badgering them for so long that they've finally done it.
The thing is, it's fucking ridiculous that it wasn't in there from day one because it's Ghost Recon. Ghost Recon has always had AI teammates. Always. From day dot.
Yeah.
So to take
Pretty
them
staple
away,
in the first one too.
Yeah.
That your AI teammates were replaced by
Yeah.
actual people as you played.
but this is the other one, of course. It's a direct follow-on to Wildlands, which had AI teammates. You're playing the same character as you played in Wildlands. Why wouldn't you bring your teammates along? It's ridiculous, and the fact that someone thought it was a good idea. I mean, I've installed it and I've played it for about an hour, and I don't like it. I don't like that it feels like The Division.
That's never a good thing.
Well, it's not, because I walked into a camp that's like just a friendly camp where you do your buy gun bits and that, and it's a fucking live arena. There's online users in there. I don't fucking want them there. I don't care about them. I don't want to play with other people. Fuck off. And of course, because it's Ubisoft, there's no fucking offline mode because they're cunts.
Yeah. So AI teammates, is that update gone out already? Has it?
No.
They've promised it again, haven't they?
Yeah. So I think. Oh no! What's the date? It's 15th. So it's today. The update goes live today. So hopefully by the time I actually get around to putting the disc in again, I might stick it in for a bit when I finish The Last of Us, just to cleanse my palate a bit. Hopefully by next time I stick the disc in, it'll have AI teammates, which would be great. Moving on, because that's literally the only thing they announced. They've done a big Rainbow Six thing as well. They're talking about how much support they've given Rainbow Six over the last 4 or 5 years.
They were wanking about 60 million players, and you haven't got. No, they actually wrote 60 million current players as well. I was like, no, you haven't.
I don't believe that for a second.
No, you fucking haven't. You've had 60 million players over the course of your game because so many people have cancelled their gamer tags and started new ones.
Yeah. Well, I'm class.
Way you've got 60 million current.
They're taking me in those numbers as well, and I played it for about an hour, and that's it. We got a new video for Watch Dogs Legion, like basically a short film. This one was.
Yeah, it was pretty long.
Yeah, it was.
I didn't watch all of it. I wanted to see whether it felt like London or not. Was my main reason for watching part of it, but I didn't feel like it did so much.
No, I think that's something you're not going to really feel unless you're playing it. But then again, I don't think you're going to feel it anyway, because again, it's a Ubisoft game. They don't really care that much about the realism in it. It looks fun. I liked Watch Dogs 2, so I'm quite looking forward to playing Legion. But at the same time, I'm not up for paying full price for it again. Same as Watch Dogs 2. I'll wait till the gold edition is £12 and I'll buy it then.
Yeah, I bought it when it was dirt cheap too, and it was worth playing at that point. But it still felt like a bit of a drag.
Oh,
and
it's
I just can't
slog.
see this one being any less of a drag. I just think it'll be the same annoyingly long, stretched out, boring ass side mission sort of drag that you get on all Ubisoft games at the minute.
Yeah.
I've played both of the other two, and exactly that. You kind of start off, it's good, and then it just becomes very samey very quickly. And I don't think I finished either of them.
I didn't finish Watch Dogs.
Interest.
I didn't finish Watch Dogs 1 until like 3 years after I first started playing it. And I decided, because 2 was coming out, I went, I should really finish 1. So I started it again and literally did nothing but story missions. Like side quests and shit, I didn't bother. And I finished the game in about 10 hours. But
probably the best way to play it, to be fair. Because most of it is it's useless and not.
It's all fluff.
It doesn't fit either, does it?
No.
And at least some games now, some games with their side missions at least have some sort of character progression or a reason to do it. Whereas Watch Dogs and the last Assassin's Creed I played, all the side missions just felt like gumph, useless.
They're just there to fill the time in and there to fill the map in, and I don't like them. It's why when we were talking about Assassin's Creed the other week, I played the story missions for Origins and only did side missions if I needed to grind a little bit for a level because I got fucking bored.
Yeah, well, the longer you play it, the more likely you are to buy something from their store, I suppose.
Yeah.
Like an XP card.
Yeah.
Yeah. Wankers.
But yeah, Watch Dogs Legion looks fun. It looks massive. It looks like it's going to take me about a year and a half to finish once I start it, so I'm in no rush to put it in. What else do we have? Brawlhalla Mobile. Do I care about Brawlhalla?
Well, it's free. It's another one of those sort of freemium games, so it kind of makes sense. It made sense more if it was mobile before it was console.
Yeah.
But now they've got such a big following, and it's, it does have some big characters and stuff in there. I'm sure like Kratos and stuff like that were in there at one point. I might be mistaken, but I know that they've got in licensed characters into it, obviously DLC. But supposedly it's not a bad little brawler if you like that sort of fighting game. I can't say I'm a fan, to be honest.
Apparently, it has crossovers with Ben 10, Steven Universe, Lara Croft, and the WWE.
Huh.
Nice.
For the moment you introduce a game, and the first positive thing you can think to say about it is, well, it's free,
and it's got Ben 10 characters in it.
Won't actually cost me money to waste my life on it. That's it.
Yeah,
that's
pretty much it. It's no good for you as a fighting game because you're shit at them. But I mean, John might like it because he likes brawlers.
Mm.
It's got Adventure Time characters in it.
Yeah, I never got around to playing it. I just didn't want to. I didn't want to get sucked in, and I thought. And when I realised it was a brawler, I weren't bothered about it.
Fair enough.
It looked great initially when I seen it, and I thought, oh, it's a little free 2D fighting game, fantastic. But the mobile version is only going to be worse than the console version anyway, isn't it? Let's be honest.
Yep. All right. So, moving swiftly on to something that maybe we care about even less. Might and Magic: Heroes Era of Chaos. Sorry, Might and Magic Heroes Era of Chaos. Someone needs to put a fucking comma in here somewhere.
Is that still a card?
I think
one, isn't it?
Might and Magic is a card game, isn't it?
Yeah, no, not for me. Sorry.
No. How about Tom Clancy's Elite Squad?
Didn't see it.
So Tom Clancy's Elite Squad, I remember this appearing, it must have been E3 last year, when all the fucking rumours were that we were going to get a new Splinter Cell, and then the first character that appears on this stupid thing it's basically like that Gears Tactics thing, not Gears Tactics, Gears Pop.
Right.
And the first character that appeared was Sam Fisher, and the fucking gamer rage was great. Absolutely brilliant. It looks
sometimes they're prize cunts, though, aren't they?
Oh yeah, they absolutely are. And they fucking know it as well. They know all people want is a new Splinter Cell game, but at the same time, they know that the second people get a new Splinter Cell game, we'll complain about something else and say we want Rainbow Six Siege 2 because we're all arseholes.
Everyone's still, aren't they?
And then we have Rainbow Six Siege. And then so this one wound me up, I'll be honest. Hyperscape.
See, I like the look of that, and I thought, oh, this video is interesting. This is really good.
Yeah.
Oh, no, fuck off.
I did exactly the same thing. I was like,
pretty sure you got the same reaction.
Yeah, I went, this looks interesting. It's like, it could be like Ready Player One. This, I'm not a big Ready Player One fan, but as a game, this could be interesting. Oh, okay. It's a fucking Battle Royale game. Fuck you and your stupid fucking Battle Royale games. Ubisoft, you bait and switching douchebags.
Everyone's just joining the same fucking...
There's going to be no real games left by 2021. Everyone's going to just be doing Battle Royales.
Yeah.
I would be extremely surprised if Halo Infinite doesn't have a Battle Royale mode.
Oh, it definitely will.
100% it's going to have one.
And it will get announced next week at the Xbox Game Showcase.
This is where Halo Infinite is just a Battle Royale game.
It's where it's a Battle Royale mobile game. Like Call of Duty Mobile.
Yeah. God, that would be fucking... Could you imagine the Xbox rage for that?
It would be fucking priceless. It really would. So yeah, in short, Ubi, fuck Hyperscape. You bait and switching cunt holes.
That's out as well, isn't it? No, that came out the same day, didn't it?
Yeah, rolled out into beta, didn't it? For PC, is it for PC only? I think.
Fuck knows.
It's got a bunch of fucking Twitch features as well, so I think you can vote on shit that happens in games via Twitch. This is a concept lost on me as a very old person. I don't like this. Just let me play my games, man. I don't want some dickhead on a Chromebook in Bangladesh deciding what's going on in my game.
Nice.
Yeah, it sounds weird. Twitch is mostly bots as well, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm not a fan of Twitch as a rule. I spend a little bit of time on it because Paddy's on there, but apart from that, and Justin and Colin from Last Save Loaded both Twitch stream. So I kind of occasionally have their stuff on in the background, but as a rule, I don't like Twitch. I think it's messy and horrible. Anyways, and I think, is this going to be... Oh, no, it's not finally. The second to last thing. We got some actual gameplay, boys. Some actual gameplay of Assassin's Creed Valhalla.
Yeah, but they didn't sell it as a gameplay video this time, did they?
No.
Which tickled me.
Yeah.
Just said the newest trailer, and then it actually had gameplay in it.
Afterwards as well, they did a whole playthrough bit. So they had a boss battle and a takeover and stuff like that. It looks interesting. My biggest takeaway from it, boys, this ain't an Assassin's Creed game. It's just a Viking game.
You would say that like it's a bad thing.
I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I think what's bad about it is they've called it Assassin's Creed, so they're going to crowbar some shit in there that's going to break the pace of the game.
But that's what they do now, isn't it? You know, when they've got what they think is a good IP, they go, "Oh, we're going to change that. We're going to make that into put Assassin's Creed on the front and give him a weapon up his sleeve and job done."
Yeah, I mean, I don't think Assassin's Creed needs to be an RPG anyway, but
Sure, it does.
no, it doesn't.
Attacking a shitty future storyline that makes no fucking sense, and boom, you've got Assassin's Creed.
But the
I
thing
mean,
is,
even Origins. If you'd have cut all the modern shit out of Origins, it'd have been brilliant.
Yeah.
Even the storyline would have been brilliant.
Yep.
It just didn't need all that futuristic, fucking weird writing on the wall bullshit.
No.
But if they didn't do that, they wouldn't get half as many people interested in its release, would they? That's why they do it.
That's the problem, though, isn't it? It's they care more about that. So call it Assassin's Creed Valhalla, and you ain't got to make it. You ain't got to spend time and effort making it a 10 out of 10 game. You can make it an 8 out of 10 game and just sell it to people that buy Assassin's Creed.
But then add a battle royale mode and everything.
Oh god, Assassin's Creed Battle Royale.
That'd be fucking amazing.
It'd be great.
It'd just be hundreds of people jumping across rooftops while you're sneaking around in a crowd.
You just hide in a crowd,
No,
hide on a bench, just sit there and watch it all go down. It'd be brilliant.
No, that's the thing. There would be no NPCs. It would just be people everywhere.
Yeah. You'd just be blending in with other people.
Yeah.
The video put me off a little bit. I really liked the look of it. I thought it looked great. I thought Vikings, yes, obviously, who doesn't want us a bit of savagery in their life?
Yeah.
And then they shown that building your own town and getting resource. Can you imagine how fucking tedious that's going to be?
It's going to be awful.
You remember how tedious it was in Origins, and I presume Odyssey as well, just to get enough to make your own gift that you were wearing? Can you imagine how fucking many trees you're going to have to cut down to get a piece of wood to build your town with?
Well, did you play Assassin's Creed 2?
Years. Yeah.
Because 2 you had to build up Monteriggioni, didn't you, with your own money and your own resources and that.
You just selected it, but it wasn't difficult, was it? You didn't have to go out and manually select getting loads and loads of resource, but you know that's the way it's gone now.
Oh yeah,
I guarantee it. You can buy. Don't forget, you can buy packs where you can get loads of wood and steel.
You could probably buy time saver packs.
The only thing that struck me, I think, about the trailer was that Vikings were well known for being savage, and I know that they kind of glorify. It's really hard to explain what my feeling exactly, but I kind of understand the usual going around doing game things and killing people and looting the house and stuff because it's a game. But now they've got you setting fire to people's houses and killing them as they run out of the houses and shit like that, and it's just a little bit fucking.
It is dark. I think. But like you say, they were a very violent time. They were very violent people. Do I need that level of realism? Probably not. But
But if you're going to have a Viking game, you'd moan more if it was a Viking game where they weren't doing that, where they're running up and killing people, you know.
Yeah.
Going fetching and rescuing a chicken from a farm down the road or something like that, you know.
God forbid if I can't get a fucking hammock or Mjolnir, I will be pissed off. And I'll get like Jormungandr on my ship and stuff, you know. I want some crazy shit going on.
I did like there was quite a focus on because you can choose, same as with Odyssey, you can choose whether every male or female protagonist. It does look like, from the videos this week, it looks like they're leaning towards the female one being the canon one, same as she is in Odyssey.
Yeah, it didn't sound like she was voiced very well.
No, it didn't.
You know, that may change as it goes down, and it may just have been a bad take on the trailer, but yeah, I don't know. It felt kind of tinny. It sounded kind of tinny.
Yeah.
Like it didn't quite fit, like she'd just been reading the lines and not feeling them, if that makes sense, I guess. But,
yeah, no, it makes sense. They said they did do a gameplay walkthrough, like after the whole Ubisoft Forward thing. I left it on and they done a walkthrough for a section, which looks interesting. But again, for me, it doesn't look like an Assassin's Creed game. Assassin's Creed stopped being Assassin's Creed several games ago. Much to the delight of a lot of people, not me. It's lost what used to keep me interested and excited. So, yeah.
Yeah, a lot of people were complaining that it didn't go fully into its RPG roots. Like, it was trying to. It was like half-arsing it. And loads of people hated the fact that it was half-arsing it. They just wanted it to go full RPG. And then when they finally did, they lost.
Well, don't fucking play The Witcher, man. If you want a full RPG, go play Fallout.
Well, I suppose people just wanted that. They just wanted Assassin's Creed version of The Witcher. And now they've got it, basically.
Oh, well. Clearly, it's a series not for me anymore.
No.
And then finally, my favourite bit, which was supposed to be a big surprise, even though it had been leaked like 3 days previous. We got a world premiere announcement of Far Cry 6.
Yeah.
Boys, this is good.
And it's got Gus Fringo in it, hasn't it?
It has.
Yeah, Gus Fring. What more could you want?
The story, backdrop stories have always been pretty good. I really just want them to do something with the gameplay so that it's not the same fucking game again.
Oh, it's not. They're not going to change it. It's going to be first person, pick everything up off the map game, same as every Far Cry has been since Far Cry 2.
Yep.
Wouldn't it be nice if they did something though? You know.
No.
Like vehicles that you actually needed to get into.
Yeah. I think.
And stuff like that.
I think some of the changes they made for 5, I liked. 5 felt a little bit different. It was still a run around and clear everything off the map kind of game, but it felt, I don't want to say fresh because I'm not Xbox marketing. I don't want to say words like fresh, but it felt like a fresher game. And then with the spin-off with the twins, I actually really enjoyed. Because it was a cut down experience in the same map, so you know actually.
Was that that was the future one, wasn't it?
Yeah, sort of set
I've
after.
not played that one yet.
Set after Far Cry 5. Set after Far Cry 5's one of the endings.
Yeah.
Wait.
I'm
just trying to think which ending because it's 3 endings.
It was the nuke ending, wasn't it?
It was the nuke ending, yeah.
But I'm trying to work out whether that was the ideal ending or the.
Well, I think that was the ending I got. So for me, that was the ideal ending because I wasn't going back and doing it again. It took me 40 hours to do that.
Oh yeah, because the save abuse on that one was actually fucking awful.
I never did it. I played through the game. I didn't because it's games like Far Cry and Assassin's Creed, and I look at it and I go, I've got no interest in multiple playthroughs or trophy hunting or any of that.
How could you have a multiple playthrough of Far Cry? You'd have to be fucking crazy.
You would have to be mental, absolutely.
To be fair, I think the Far Cry 5, because of the ending that it gave you, if you chose that ending, it did give you the option to replay the final mission again, just because it kind of had to. rather than giving you a new map that was not capable of running what it was before.
But it rolls you back in time, doesn't it?
Yeah.
But 6, what interests me about 6 is the kit. So have you all seen the video for Far Cry 6?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it looks like a kid being groomed to take over a bit of a empire in not the nicest way possible.
I like the way that he was advertising it to his kid as shit. What is it? Jungle Book.
Yeah.
Everything the light touches.
But I like that I'm almost entirely convinced that that kid is Vaas from Far Cry 3.
I'm not entirely convinced.
I sat there watching it going, that's going to be Vaas. That's going to be... And then it didn't say anything. I was like, oh, that's disappointing. And then suddenly fucking like Twitter erupted with comparison pictures between the kid and Vaas. And I was like, oh.
The thing is that I can't. The pictures they found aren't in the original official game promo or in the game. The pictures they found are like post videos and people that have done cosplay and stuff. But I don't know. We'll see.
I did see one that compared in-game Vaas to in trailer whatever his name is. I can't. They call him Diego, don't they, in the game?
This is where he's just the main protagonist.
Yeah.
I certainly wouldn't be surprised, but mostly because obviously it's one of their most popular characters.
Well, yeah. So Vaas is the guy that kind of set Far Cry on the path it's on now, which is line up a really cool, charismatic bad guy. To go up against. Obviously, they haven't always lived up to it. But,
well, I mean, they kind of couldn't compete with Vaas at all for Far Cry 4. That's the only reason that
I wasn't Pagan
massively.
Min was funny, but a bit too much. Far too much attention was put into we want another Vaas, and I didn't really feel it.
Whereas Joe Seed was literally perfect for the role he was doing,
Yeah.
like to the point where it was quite indoctrinating, just like playing the game.
I did like Father Seed. I like the whole Seed family actually in Far Cry 5, and the twins in New Dawn. I thought they were great. So I like Far Cry's bad guys, and genuinely I hope that we go back because Far Cry's been trying to recreate Vaas since Far Cry 3. It would only make sense to go back and just do Vaas again.
Well, they've picked an actor with a decent caliber of playing a villain.
Yep. And the kid who plays Diego is the kid from Coco, which is, slightly less of a bad guy. It's not quite the same caliber of bad guy.
Marginally less.
I think it'll be good though.
I'm looking forward to it.
That one straight up.
Far Cry, weirdly, it just kind of out of nowhere now suddenly just gets me excited when I see new Far Cry stuff coming.
That is weird.
I think it's because of how much you fell in love with Far Cry 3.
Pretty much.
And it's like as soon as you see the word Far Cry, it becomes amazing, especially when you see Far Cry followed by Blood Dragon.
Where Blood Dragon was awesome.
Exactly.
Blood Dragon was awesome. Blood Dragon, Trials Blood Dragon was good too.
Yeah, I enjoyed Blood Dragon too. And I managed to finish Trials Blood Dragon, which is amazing considering I can't play Trials for shit.
I think I just about finished the story for Trials of the Blood Dragon. I think. I know it was fucking hard, but Trials are not my games.
I think that's it though, unless anybody else wants to talk about anything game-wise they've come across, read, seen. Let me have a quick Google.
Red and black PS5 leaked pictures.
That'd be nice.
looks better than that white pile of shit.
Worse, can't it?
I mean, you said red and black, but I'm pretty sure most of the pictures I saw were black.
Yeah, it was red and blue, but I think it was just lit up by blue. But I think it was the PlayStation itself was red and black with blue internal lights.
Kind of like they just changed the shell on it, so it could literally be someone has just painted a PlayStation, a white one.
It's pretty bad, to be honest.
The white one's terrible, but the black one looked pretty good. The white
one's terrible. The red one, still not good.
No, it's not. I don't like the shape. I don't like the whole design. I don't like the white one. I think it looks fucking awful. Unfortunately, at the moment, it looks like that's probably going to be. If I can only get one console at the end of the year, it's probably going to be that one.
Well, they have announced more high quality exclusive games than Xbox.
And they have a history of releasing more high quality exclusive games than Xbox.
But this is the thing. So, eventually I will end up with both consoles because I think you'd be daft not to if you can afford it, obviously. I understand it's a lot of fucking money. But if I can only afford one, I want the one that's got Horizon and Spider-Man, and has the ability to play The Last of Us again. These are the games that are important to me. There's nothing on Xbox that sells it to me over the PlayStation.
But you can buy an Xbox and then just borrow Lee's PlayStation for like months on end. That's what I do. Works really well.
Yeah, but if you're borrowing
how am I going to borrow it if you've got it?
Can't.
It's your problem.
But it's not. I'll buy a PlayStation. I'll borrow Lee's Xbox.
Job done.
Just leave Lee with his Switch Xbox. And that's it.
I'll borrow his Switch. Phil, you borrow his PlayStation. Brooks, you borrow his Xbox, and then Lee's just sat there.
You can play Brawlhalla on your mobile.
I've just got no money, so I'm probably only getting one console this year too.
Make it the PlayStation.
I generally would go Xbox before I get my PlayStation. Just historically, I always do, because Xbox is my game console. But with the whole smart delivery and PlayStation also trying to push for people to get it for free as well, it's not going to hinder me too much if any exclusives come out on PS4 and then PS5.
No.
I wouldn't have thought.
Probably not.
So I don't know, mainly because I've not read into it too much, but I don't know what Sony's plans are for new machines. Yeah. I know they've kind of cryptically said things like, we want to reward people for upgrading their machines. So I do get the feeling that once the PS5 comes out, the releases for the PS4 will slow right down, and I think there'll be a lot of games exclusive just to the 5, which might not be the best business strategy when smart delivery is the thing for Xbox.
Yeah, so I don't know whether they'll do what they did, because the PlayStation 2 was still receiving games long after the release of the 3, but once the 4 came out, the 3's games kind of died.
Quite quickly.
Almost instantly.
They weren't that bad. I remember
them
going for quite some time, in fact. But there was no step up from one to the other, was there? Where there was, if you remember, there was a step up from 2 to 3. The original PS3s used to play PS2 games.
Yeah.
The first couple of models of the PS3 release did put backwards compat for PS2.
Yes, they did.
And then they stopped doing it. And then so the model that I got of the PS3 wasn't backwards compatible. So that's probably why they managed to get it, close it off. But obviously from PS3 to PS4, there's no backwards compat, so there's no reason to continue making one for the other, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
Because people still can't, they're going to have to have one or the other or both. So maybe and if they're doing some backwards compatibility issue here, I presume that the PS4 will continue releasing games until it gets to a point where they need to move solely onto the new console.
Well, yeah, there'll be a point where they go, this game cannot and will not run on a PS4. I'm expecting something quite similar for Horizon 2.
Yeah. Because
that thing's going to be massive.
I don't expect it to come around all that quick, though. Not really.
Horizon 2 or the demise of the PS4?
The move over to PS5 sole.
I don't think it'll be quick. But I do think I reckon, a year down the line, I do think we'll get some games that are exclusive to the 5.
Yeah.
The first few games on a new console never really show it off as well as it could do. I mean, not even close in comparison to what you get near the end.
Oh God, no! And this is why I don't listen to people when they say shit like, current Spider-Man game, 3-second loading times. Great, it's a PS4 game. Show me 3-second loading times in your games in 5 years' time, and I'll be fucking impressed. The marketing like that doesn't.
We're back up to 3 minutes loading times by the end of the console life.
But marketing bollocks like that doesn't impress me. It just frustrates me because people fucking fall for it.
I'd imagine there will be something along the lines of we will have a version of it on the PlayStation 4 and a version of it on the PlayStation 5. It's roughly the exact same game. You can probably, to an extent, maybe play with each other in some form of cross-play type scenario. But the PlayStation 4 one will be, for lack of a better word, slightly gimped in its ability to have extra content.
Yeah.
So they'll be like, you're going to miss this section of the map, and there won't be these certain power-ups in for Spider-Man, for instance. Or like what they've got with GTA, where they're still pushing out updates on the 360 and PlayStation 3 versions, but they kind of don't. That's only quality of life changes. There's no new vehicles, none of the rocket cars or whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah,
because they refer to it as the one on the current one as the enhanced edition, and that's what's been given the lift up.
And you hit the point, don't you, when you're talking about new releases, where it becomes almost like writing a whole new game if you're trying to create one for both versions. So there's always going to be that point when they have to do the switch, when it just isn't viable anymore. It's just how far in the future is that?
Yep.
Yeah, having your teams do double duty, unless you're going to have two separate developers working on a game, or rather a developer working on a game and then another one working on the port.
Yeah.
Usually the team that does the longevity stuff and the multiplayer.
Well, I don't know. We'll see. I mean, based on The Last of Us and a couple of the other games that have come out recently, I don't think the PlayStation 4's still got a fair old bit of life in it, if you ask me.
Oh, it really has. It really has.
But we'll have to see. Although games are getting to double disc now, so...
Yeah, so The Last of Us has got a data disc, hasn't it? Or Last of Us 2, sorry, it's got a data disc. And it's got some fucking insane loading times when you go into game from the menu.
Yeah, Final Fantasy had double disc as well.
Yeah, we are getting close to, but we're not hitting the limit of the ability of the current gen. Especially, compared to what it was the 3 to the 4, when you had The Last of Us, the first one on PlayStation 3, which really hit the fucking limits of the PlayStation 3. Like, to the point where if you had one of the original PlayStation 3 still, I'm pretty confident it would have killed itself trying to run that game. Compared to current gen, the step up, I mean, yes, my Xbox One X does spin and get a bit warm occasionally and get a bit loud on its fans when playing some games, but for the most part, don't think it's having any issues.
Oh, I did make the mistake of leaving the door shut on my console side of my cabinet when I booted up The Last of Us the other day. It was the day I finished it for the first time, and I can't remember what I was doing, but I was playing it quite late into the night. I was like, the fuck is that noise? Holy shit, it sounded like a Hoover going off behind my TV. It was so fucking loud.
The PS Pro's a lot better than the old PS4 was.
Oh, it absolutely is.
But fucking, it does not take much for it to go into rocket mode.
No, and The Last of Us, it picks it up quite a bit. But The Last of Us is fucking gorgeous, that's why. The power going into it, and when you're moving between areas, there's no loading between areas. So it's got to do all of that in the background while you're not looking. It runs.
That's why I'm excited with the next gen to see. There's a lot more power there that, like you say, might not be hitting the limits of the current one. So I'm hoping, be a bit of a step change. Someone's going to come out there and really try and push it.
Yeah. And I think this is where my leaning towards the PlayStation to start with kind of comes from, because their developers have a history of pushing their new consoles to do it the best they can. Whereas, as much as I love my Xbox, Gears of War ain't that big a fucking seller, and it ain't that pretty.
Yeah, and it's just a bit tedious now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll tell you what. I'll tell you one thing right now. If they announce an Infamous as a release title, then PlayStation will be my first purchase.
Won't happen.
Because Second Son was a release, at least not far off release, wasn't it?
It was, yeah.
PS4?
It was a near launch title. It was a launch window title, Second Son. But what?
Yeah, see, like if they do that again, I'm in.
It's not happening, is it? Sucker Punch are just about to put out Ghost of Tsushima.
Yeah, I know.
They're a bit busy to be making and I'm agreeing with you 100%.
The thing is, you don't know what they've been doing. To be fair, in the background, they could be keeping it hidden and just blasting it out, 3 months before release.
I mean, that would be nice if they want to do that.
This is where they've handed it off to another studio, just to upset you.
It would upset me a little bit as well, to be fair. I like Sucker Punch a lot. And I think Second Son is highly underrated.
I love Second Son. I thought it was brilliant.
Yeah, I did, but...
The only thing I didn't like about it was that you didn't get the final power until the end of the game.
Yeah.
But it made sense story-wise, so...
Yeah.
And it was shit anyway.
The power of rocks.
Yeah, rock power. It could have been a lot better.
Yeah. But one of my favourite bits of the game, I loved First Light. I thought she was an amazing character. Fetch?
Fetch.
Is that her name? Yeah.
Yep.
I thought
Fetch.
she was a fucking great character to play as.
See, Phil's missed all this because he's only borrowed my PS4 once to play Final Fantasy, and he's missed out on all of the other PS4 exclusives.
Yeah, but you got to stick with the Xbox because I'm looking forward to, Halo Battle Royale, which will be coming out soon, and that's going to be really good.
And I think that's the thing as well. I don't fucking like Halo. I don't care about Halo, so it doesn't. So
Same here.
It doesn't. Halo doesn't sell me a console ever.
I know you're a liar, both of you. I know you both secretly have got a candle burning for Halo.
My whole experience of Halo is playing it around your house and getting my ass handed to me. So yeah.
That sounds like a great
about the same as
experience.
Brooker's, just not at my house.
I was playing with John and Lee and just getting bored out of my fucking mind. I just sat. I've never gone through the motions playing a game so much as I did playing that game. Yeah, don't worry, lads. I'm coming. I'm holding forwards. I promise. I'm on my way.
Just in a different room.
Yeah.
Holding forwards, Brooks, that's a cliff. What? I'm not even looking at the screen. What?
But the best bit of
I
it
think
was
Brooker spent most of it just loading in because every time when you walk so far forward, you load the back people in.
Yeah.
Brooker just get his whole game was just him loading in.
that's because you pair of fucking testicles knew exactly what you were doing and just kept running off to do stuff. I was like, okay, I don't know where I am, and I don't know how to do weird triple fucking jumps up walls and shit because I don't fucking play Halo.
Have we ever communicated properly when we're playing games?
No. That's proven by trying to play Titanfall together.
I don't know. We do all right when we're doing things like Horde mode on World War Z, and we did okay on Titanfall. But
True.
World War Z was very hit and miss. There's normally like two of us talking to each other at a time while the others got eaten.
Or someone else kept running off, and then we had to go find them.
Yeah, Phil.
We
Anyways,
just can't stop John doing that in any game.
no.
No, that's what I do.
He's a solo player, but he's just not good enough to be one. So it's quite comical.
I'm just anti-teamwork.
We've noticed.
Also that.
Yeah.
Okay.
That wasn't a bad conversation off of Red and Black PlayStation.
No. Went around the houses, didn't it?
That's all right. That's what I like. Moving on then, lads. Should we talk about what we've been playing? Who wants to go first?
Oh, I'll go first.
Go on then.
So I played the DLC for Control, which was my game of the year last year.
How is it?
It's called The Foundation. So it's new story content and a couple of new side missions, as well as a couple of new mods. And I don't know Initially, I thought new weapons, but now I think about it, there's no new fucking weapons in there. There were just new powers and a lot of new mods, like a shitload of different new mods. Most of them were useless.
I was going to say I struggled to keep up with all the mods I was getting in the base game.
Yeah, they were good for fodder. Most of the new stuff. You do get a new level of mods, so they go up to insane level now, which is level 6, and some of those are pretty shit up. Whereas, so for instance, my seize control, which is where you take control of the other the NPCs and the enemies. At level 5, mine was 100, and now it's at level 6. It's 131%, so it's significantly faster.
Yeah.
So you do get a lot of benefits like that. The enemies generally at the end of the first game were sort of level 7, level 8 above their head. Now they're sort of 8, 9, and a couple of 10s.
Because I found the combat in Control was quite punishing if you just thought you could run and gun. If you didn't use powers, if you weren't smart about it, it was a punishing
There's no
game.
real run and gun. So I ended up managing to find the unlimited ammo mod for the pistol.
Oh, nice.
So it's not technically unlimited ammo. It works. John will know this from Destiny, but it works. Whereas if you get a bullet in a critical or on their body, it refills your magazine.
Okay.
So
Nice.
it's kind of, as long as you're hitting them, you're not losing bullets.
Yeah.
So that worked really well. So once you'd put that mod on, and like the damage plus 80%, which is your level 6, and then your damage for headshots plus 150%.
Jesus.
The pistol, you were taking most enemies down pretty fucking fast.
Yeah.
With just hiding behind the corner and sneaking out and shooting people with a pistol.
Yeah.
The DLC itself, really good. So I don't want to spoil too much. In fact, I don't want to spoil anything. So you go back to that crazy bit where you're in the middle of all those weird columns in the dark room.
You go to the foundation of the
foundation, and there's a secret fucking door in there, basically. Surprise, surprise. It's the one with something that was written on it anyway. It turns out it's a door. You go in there, and then shit's breaking loose, basically, and the astral plane's leaking into the real world.
Ooh.
And so you sort of step through one room to the next, and you're in the astral plane, and it's just batshit crazy. But it's really, really good. Really, really good. Really enjoyed it. And it's just proof, I think, that this game doesn't really need a sequel. I think once they... You could have a sequel, I guess, but once they pull off the next DLC, I think they don't need anything else. I think they should just knock it on the head and say, that was it. This was brilliant. Let's not ruin it by trying to expand it anymore.
So I spotted that the season pass finally found its way to the store. So the Foundation and AWE.
AWE,
Yeah. So I'll probably pick that up come payday. I am worried though, I'll be honest, because it's been a couple of months since I played Control, and it's got a weird old control system.
It comes back
Yeah.
in at least 15 minutes. It took me just to pick everything back up again. It was about 15 minutes.
Because
you do get 2 new powers as well.
Nice. But yeah, I am looking forward to it because I played it on your recommendation. I finally played it on your recommendation a couple of months ago, and I fucking loved it.
Yeah. They did. There was another section similar to the one where you're in the maze.
Oh,
it's not quite as good, but it is still good.
That maze may be one of the best bits of game from 2019. It was so much fun.
It was one of the most memorable bits of game I've played in a fucking long time.
Yeah.
It was just brilliantly worked and choreographed. It just worked so well.
I do kind of wish
we're heavy metal fans, though, is it?
Well, yeah, it does help.
That adds to it.
That fucking song is amazing. But I do kind of wish I played it last year because it easily would have been my game of the year. It would have beaten Resi 2 out as my game of the year last year. Only just because I fucking love Resi 2, but it would have beaten it out. I really enjoy Control. I'm looking forward to the DLC, but I'll wait till both parts are out, and I kind of want to go. I want to do both parts and maybe clean up a few achievements. Maybe not get all of them, but I feel like I should have gotten 2 or 3 more than what I've got.
Yeah. So I've aced both.
Yeah.
The Foundation and the game, and I don't remember either of them being particularly difficult. There's no difficulty setting, so you can't change it anyway.
No.
Most of
it was things like the collectibles and side missions, and I was like, I'm not going all the way back there just for a side mission. No, fuck that. I did kind of, mainly because when I started, I wasn't sure I was going to enjoy the game, so I just kind of bashed through and it wasn't until I was about a quarter of the way through, I was like, actually, I'm really fucking liking this. I want to do more.
I think there was one main story mission in the Foundation and sort of 2 or 3. I suppose they're technically side missions, but they didn't feel like side missions. They felt like story missions too, because they added to the main storyline. So they weren't like just your typical side missions where you just go and collect something for someone. Although they were still that, but they were joined in with the main story thread through that DLC anyway. So it kind of worked better. Yeah, I think.
Did you get the season pass or just the first one?
I've just bought the DLC as soon as it comes out, and I'll buy the next one when it comes out.
Okay. Is it worth the £15?
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I mean, if you enjoy the game, yeah, of course it is. Yeah, even if you just liked it,
I fucking loved it.
It's worth it. Then it's worth it. It's £15, ain't it? It's pennies, but and it was 2 nights worth of gameplay total, and it's not like it's not like a dawdle. I did push my way through it pretty quick. You could take your time with it and do it a bit slower.
Cool.
And look around a bit more and take pictures and all that shit.
Yeah.
So I've finished The Last of Us Remastered, and I've also finished The Last of Us Left Behind.
How good is Left Behind?
Yeah, so good. Really impressed actually with The Last of Us Remastered as well. I remember it being good before, obviously, because it's a prestige game. But I think the pro and being able to change the settings and how it played worked a lot in its advantage. It looked phenomenal for something that was sort of 7+ years old.
Oh yeah.
It didn't feel like I was playing a 7-year-old game. It felt like I was playing a game that was released this week. You know. It was very good. The only thing that felt dated about it was the fact that I've seen a couple of snippets of the new game where you can mix enemies between each other, so you can mix the humans and the fucking infected against each other, whereas that doesn't come up in the main game.
No, so it doesn't happen in the main game.
DLC.
Yeah, it doesn't happen in the main game, which I think is a shame. But it's also, I get the feeling maybe because it happened almost straight away in the DLC. I get the feeling it was something they wanted to do, but they maybe couldn't figure out the mechanics of it.
Yeah. So I was glad when I was able to do something similar like that in Left Behind. I thought, oh well, this is clearly what I can do here is make a noise near these 2 peckers.
Yeah.
And then the infected will just roll over. Yeah. And for one of the missions, I literally just fucking hid in the corner because I was getting hammered by everything.
Yeah.
And then in the end, I only had 1 infected left to kill.
Yep.
So that was really handy. I'm sure you know which bit I'm talking about.
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah. So that was a lot of fun, and I really enjoyed both of them. I felt like dotting off a couple of other things in the meantime just before I slip into 2, but I don't think I'm far off starting it, if I'm honest.
It's 2's. I think I would have struggled with 2 if I'd have just finished Left Behind. I think there was like maybe 3 weeks between me finishing Left Behind and me starting 2. But pretty much all I did in that time was watch films and play Maneater. So I think I prepped myself quite nicely for 2.
See, I think I'm just going to roll into it when I finish what I'm on, and then I'll just. So I think because I'm sick of dodging spoilers.
Yeah. As long as you, well, I mean, I got the fucking ending spoiled within a day, and it didn't. Apart from pissing me off for a day, where I refused to put the fucking game on because I was just so angry, it didn't ruin my experience playing the game at all. Not at all. So. Cool. Yeah, it's. I really enjoyed Left Behind. I love the girlfriend in it. I thought she was great. I love. And we were talking about this last night, weren't we? I love that it has the perfect ending.
Yeah, it did have a really good ending. Yeah, because you knew what was coming, but they didn't ruin it by dragging it out.
Lump in the throat ending for me. Like it did leave me. I wasn't, bawling like I maybe was at the end of The Last of Us, but it did leave me kind of, oh, okay, that's really sad. Yeah. But I did love it.
I finished The Stick of Truth on Switch, which is still one of the fucking funniest games I've ever played. I mean, there's quite a few comedy games out there, but very few of them let you kill Nazi zombie babies, mate, with fetal cores still attached.
Very few. I think one game lets you do that.
Yeah, one game. It's gameplay wise, obviously, it's not as good as the whole Fractured, but it's just better. The game itself is better because it's funnier and it's closer to the bone.
Yeah.
The second one, they'd obviously toned it back a bit so that they could dodge getting things censored. But the thing is about the first one is the censors also just made me piss my pants.
Yeah.
Even though I couldn't see the bit that I was supposed to be able to see.
When it explains to you what's going on.
Yeah. You were supposed to give Randy a fucking abortion, a fake abortion by sticking your doodah up his arse. And I just thought, it's absolutely priceless, and I just pissed myself at it so many times. In fact, Georgie told me off a couple of times and told me to turn it off because of the language in the game. And obviously Arthur was in the room. And she's like, I'm sure Arthur can overhear that. You ought to turn it off. I was like, yeah, you're probably right. So, yeah.
I wish we had such morals in this house.
Fun. Still super fun. Still absolutely loved it. I didn't play as a Jew this time. Which is I remember playing through as a Jew the first time. I played as like the mage kind of set this time. So that was brilliant. Following that, I moved on to a game that we played at EGX in the Res section called Eagle Island, which is about a little lad called Quill and his owl. He's got some loyal owls. Well, he had two at the start. One called Koji. I can't remember the name of the other one. And it's basically a sort of 2D platformer, Metroidvania kind of thing. Not so much a Metroidvania, I guess, but kind of RPG-esque Metroid game. The main map of the game, sort of the overview map, is set and solid. So where you go to different places, it's all the same. However, when you go into those particular dungeons, all of the dungeons are procedurally generated, so they're never the same. So you can keep going in them over and over again for a different experience, albeit on the same map, I guess. So in a way, it kind of feels a little bit like Dead Cells.
Okay, yeah.
But not. It's nowhere near as slick as Dead Cells. The ideas are very similar, but it's not even close to being as slick. But it's good so far. It's pretty good. Feels a little slow. I think that's the only thing that gets me down about it, is because you have to wait. You can use power-ups to make the owl come back faster and so on and so forth. But for the most part, it just feels like you're always waiting for the owl to come back to you before you can lob him out again.
Yeah.
And that gets on my tits a little bit. Last night I started a game called Neon Abyss. It's just gone on to Game Pass.
Is that the one that's just gone on to Game Pass?
Yeah. That is it's just like Metal Slug. It feels just like Metal Slug. When you're playing it, it kind of looks very similar, albeit a different world. But the look of it's the same. But that does play just like Dead Cells. So basically, you're running through loads of dungeons, killing loads of shit, and collecting power-ups, and then continuing on. It's been really good so far. I finished the first 3 bosses on that last night before I decided to go to bed. So that was really good. So that's me, I think.
Outstanding.
Awesome. I was worried that Phil and John had disappeared, or it was just you and me talking.
We're still here. We're still here.
Just talking about games that they can't play. So.
Yep.
Pretty much.
I finished Mirror of Fate as well, but I think I'd finished that last time.
The Castlevania one.
Cool. Yeah.
I think
or at
you
least
had,
yeah. So yeah, that's me then.
Cool. Phil?
Great.
Well, you see, I've played a lot since I was last on.
Oh, please, God, don't do a Lee and list through everything.
Start. Yeah.
Wait, start from your first game ever.
I'll start with the last four that I've played. Is probably the best way. So actually, no, I can't even talk about one of them because we're going to talk about it later. But so for me, I've been playing Red Dead, which I know you guys have already talked about. It is basically a horse riding simulator, as far as I can tell. And all I seem to do is ride a horse for a really long time.
Watch it poo.
Reach your village. Watch it poo a lot. Watch the horses poo. Reach your village. Oh, sometimes I'd ride into somebody and fall off my horse, but eventually I reach a town and I'm so fed up, I start a brawl and eventually get shot, and then it repeats. So I'm not convinced by it at the minute, but you know.
I don't know, man. I think if you just gave me a horse and told me to go do something with it, my life would end up about the same as that.
Yeah, that's more or less what would happen, isn't it? So fair enough, I suppose. My next one is a Switch game. I don't know if you've ever heard of it. It's called Mario Kart. The odd person's heard of it.
Oh, little indie.
I am completely hooked on that at the minute, and I'm spending far too much of my life trying to perfect every single course. I've played Lee at it, but he probably won't want to talk about it because I kicked his ass royally. Lee, any comment?
Lee's gone for a piss.
No, Lee's gone for a piss. Or he's just crying. One or the other. And then the final one is Frostpunk. So it's a little.
It was a bit of both.
A little bit of both, crying and
pee cry.
I was just phoning Patrick to see if he could
comfort you.
let me go for a wee.
Do you cry while you wee? Is that what's going on?
Yeah.
He's scared of the monsters.
It's gone a bit. It's a bit dark, mate. You know. And I don't remember you beating me at Mario Kart. I think you'll find it was the lag, and it just.
No, it wasn't.
And every time I turn around, I was gone.
It was just lies.
Just like how you spent ages practicing to play Mario Kart to perfect it, so that you can beat Lee.
I love that. I love that he's finally put his mind to something just so that he can beat me once.
That's my life. And then the other game was Frostpunk, which I don't know if you guys have played, but
tell me about Frostpunk because it looks awesome, but
it looks awesome.
I've never played it.
It plays shit? Awesome, but it's so unforgiving. So you're playing it and you feel like you've got the hang of it, and it's going really well. You're building this little town. You've got to survive. Basically, your town is just constantly getting colder and colder, and you've got to keep your people alive and try and build a new paradise. But you've got some funny ethical decisions you've got to make and all that kind of stuff. But you feel like you're playing through it. You feel like it's going well. And then out of nowhere, it sideswipes you, and it all goes horribly wrong. And I've played it through probably 3 times so far. And each time I've been doing really well, and then out of nowhere, the whole thing just crumbles. I suppose part of the enjoyment is when it starts going horribly wrong and the story around that. But at the same time, it's a little bit frustrating too. But yeah, no, it's worth. If you haven't played it, it's worth picking it up. It's worth giving it a go. It is a bit addictive.
Did you play on Xbox or PC? Because it's on Game Pass, isn't it?
Xbox. I think it probably would be better on the PC.
It looks like it needs a keyboard and mouse. Yeah,
but it works. The way they ported it to the Xbox, it does work quite well. It works well enough that I haven't bothered getting it on the PC. But you can tell it's a PC game.
Yeah. Oh, cool. I do kind of fancy it. I might have to install it and never play it.
Yeah, that sounds like something I'd do.
It's worth adding to the hard drive, yeah.
I reinstalled all of my Saints Row games that I owned digitally. Because I was like, I'm going to play Saints Row 3 and now I'm going to want to play the other 2. And yesterday I just uninstalled them all because I'm done. I'm not going to play those. Fuck off. All the time. I do it all the fucking time.
Isn't Saints Row 2 on Games of Gold this month?
I think it is.
It is, yeah.
Saints Row 2 is excellent. I love Saints Row 2.
That was the first one where they thought, you know what, let's actually go just batshit with this.
Well, yeah, it's one of the respect missions you play to move the story on is firing shit at other people's houses.
Yep.
It's great.
It's when they decided, you know what, let's not bother making a GTA clone anymore.
Yeah. That's exactly what it is. They realised they were going to lose that fight and decided to just do something off the wall instead.
That's the thing, though, isn't it? And because GTA has never quite realised, or has realised this, but doesn't care. If you give somebody the option to strap dynamite to a granny while you're naked and then run off dancing, people are going to do that. All Saints Row did was embrace it.
Yep.
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 Yeah. Thanks for your input, Lee. Cheers.
You're very welcome. Wouldn't have been as funny without the pause.
No, true. Is that it then, Phil, apart from Titanfall?
That's it for me. Yeah, not a lot else. Apart from Titanfall.
Cool. John?
Okay, so I started playing F1 2020 as that came out on Friday last week.
So, Scale Electric Simulator. You do
yes.
like these simulator games?
I do. But I found on CD Keys the Schumacher edition was £1 cheaper than buying the standard edition on the Xbox Store was.
This is the new release. Yeah, this is the latest one.
Yeah.
What does it come with that's extra?
So the Schumacher edition was 2-day early access, typical thing that people do, plus a load of liveries, and that's about it, really. But this is that edition's supposed to be like £80 or something stupid. So buying it for £53 when the standard edition's £54 was actually the only reason why I picked it up. When I did, so I got to play that a couple on the Thursday after downloading it, the whole 50 gigs worth of it. I am 5 races into the My Team career mode because now they've added in the ability to create your own teams and hire drivers and like full livery and paint scheme and like proper design of everything.
Basically, just turned it into Football Manager, haven't you?
Yes, except you actually do racing instead of just simulating that stuff. Although I have simulated one track because am I fucked driving around Hanoi again? That thing is fucking disgusting.
Just in general?
Hanoi was my favourite.
I think it would be, Lee, because you are a glutton for punishment. So I've been playing it a bit with my friends online because we're setting up a race league for it. But the online it can be done with just your My Team creations.
Hang on a minute. Brooker, are you signed up for that with him?
Formula One?
Yeah.
Fuck no, I'd rather push a cactus up my ass.
Well, I'm not signed up to it. So who the fuck is he signed up to it? Because he just said friends.
Have you signed up with Harlan?
No, I don't think Harlan even has an Xbox anymore.
It's his special friends.
I have friends that exist in the real world, unlike you, Phil.
Racing friend.
Yeah. And I haven't seen In Betweener, so most of that's lost on me.
But not all of it, because you knew where it was from.
Only because it's impossible to get away from certain things out of In Betweeners, like bus wankers.
Time to watch it, though,
I
mate.
fucking hate bus wankers.
So, yeah, you can't escape certain things. What else? I've been playing more of The Division 2. I finished the New York DLC story missions. But I've yet to play much more after that. So with New York being open and DC now having new expansion stuff based on the fact that you finished New York. So I've now got 2 maps to now try and complete, Ubisoft style.
But why?
Because strangely enough, I've actually been enjoying playing it again, or actually for the first time, just actually playing it. I don't know. There's something I've missed playing a game that involves a bit of a grind. It's basically just fun Destiny.
Wait, what game's this?
Sorry, that's not right. You're not selling that right. It's not fun, Destiny.
Yeah,
Destiny was fun.
Okay, I'm enjoying it like I enjoyed playing Destiny 1 at the very end of Destiny 1's lifespan. So I think the most recent update for Division 2 has actually brought a new lease of life to the game, and I've actually enjoyed playing it. Again, like I said, Destiny 1, where that last quality of life change in the last round of Destiny 1 was amazing, and then they fucked it for Destiny 2. So yeah, Division 2, been playing that. Finished New York. Playing a lot more, or trying to find my way through all of the fucking Ubisoft map, iRape.
Oh yeah, the maps were fucking terrible on that.
Yeah, now I've got 2 of them.
They were just like neon abuse, weren't they?
Finding your way around on that map in Division 2 was just a ball ache. It was the worst map I think I've played on in a long time.
But you got to see where you were by having you standing in the middle of the map for no reason. Have I played anything else? I want to say yes.
We'll say yes then.
I'm just trying to think what it was that I'd played. Nope, can't think of it. Probably nothing important.
Fair enough.
Just looking at my desktop now to see if I can see if I'd actually played anything on that.
Was it Football Manager?
No, I haven't
Train
played Football
Simulator?
Manager. I've not played Train Simulator.
Fishing Simulator?
I think there is actually a fishing simulator on Game Pass at the moment. So
Of course.
It's Masturbation Simulator. It's John's favourite game. With his Oculus.
no, it's the nose one. That's the one I want.
It was the one he told me about the other day when he finally took his Oculus off and realised his mum and sister had dropped off a nice hot cup of tea next to him.
I don't live with my mum, so
Makes it worse then, doesn't
quickly
it?
switched to sister.
yeah, no, that's me done, I guess. So it's just down to us playing Titanfall, which was my chosen game of the month, and Phil joined in with the character unlock crew.
Yeah.
Again.
Well, it's your game, mate. You talk about it.
So I chose Titanfall 2 because it was our game of the year all of like 5 years ago when it first came out. And it's got a relatively fun horde mode called Frontier Defense, which we sucked at really badly on our first attempt.
We weren't that bad, were we?
We were.
We've done all right until the last round where we got just royally raped.
I thought we got round to round 4.
No?
Yeah, the first go on normal mode, we didn't even make it to the final round.
Yeah. We sucked a lot, and it didn't help that it was a shit map, because War Games is a fucking awful map. And then as we searched around again, got War Games again, but it searched easy mode, even though I had easy and normal both selected.
Yeah.
It gave us easy mode. We finished it. Lee was really happy, and then Phil broke the news that we were playing on easy.
I am utterly disappointed that I didn't know we were on easy, and I was working so hard.
Well, the thing is that I don't actually think the difficulty spike is that much. I think it's just a massive increase in enemies.
Easy mode's there for a reason, isn't it? You know, it's there for fun instead of normal mode, which was there just to abuse us.
Now try playing it on Master.
No.
So we played some Frontier Defense on night 1. Had a bit of fun. Do you guys have fun playing around?
Yeah.
I know that Phil was struggling with learning how the Titans worked.
Yeah, I mean, it was good when you told me how to get into one. That was a good start. But no, it was good. It was a good game. I didn't mind it on night 1. The maps changed the game a lot. I found, like there was one that was like almost like a channel towards you, wasn't there? And I much preferred that to when it was a big open map. But
yeah. So Rise, I think that map is. It's like a nice long corridor. All the enemies down the other end, and just like chill out, sit at the back, and wait for it to happen around you.
Yeah.
And then night 2, when we played a bit of multiplayer between us, 2v2s, myself and Brooker, so the best at Titanfall and the worst at Titanfall, versus Lee and Phil, who are
the best at Titanfall and the worst at Titanfall.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm glad you recognised how good Phil was.
Booyah.
He did okay, actually. I think it's because we gave him a bit of a taste on the Monday night first.
he got a taste of what it was like to have you just stalk up him and just kill him from behind a lot.
I was going to say
On
that the pilot vs pilot mode, I didn't do too bad in our first match. I should have just retired then and said, "That's it, I'm done." You know, on
Yeah.
day 2. I mean, day 1 I was annihilated.
Yeah, and then on day 2, the pilot v pilot mode, when me and Brooker, we lost by 1 point, and I got almost all of the kills for our team. But
Was it only
still-
1 point? I'm pretty sure
Yeah.
it was more than 1 point, mate.
No, it was 24-25.
Yeah.
It's also not a surprise that you got the majority of the kills. It's,
Yeah, it was-
it's Call of Duty. I suck at these kind of games.
Yeah, it was 24-25, and I got 21 kills. Brooker got 3.
It's okay.
All of them,
Well.
I'm pretty sure, were Phil.
Yay.
No, one of them was me.
Okay, that's all right then.
But it was after I'd just killed you.
That makes sense.
So there weren't much left going on in my health bar.
And then
Didn't he do? No, he did a super slick tick kill, didn't he, on me at one point? Did he? Remember me commenting on it and pissing myself?
I don't know.
I'm sure he dropped a tick in front of him, and I was following him from behind, and I shot him from behind and killed him, and I was just standing there teabagging, laughing, and then the tick just wandered up and blew me up.
Genius.
Oh, I still have nightmares about the ticks. I didn't like them.
I thought the ticks made the game much more interesting
They
because
infuriated me.
They've got a really big area of effect.
Yes.
Like way more than you would expect them to
Too
have
big.
as well.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was really irritating when Phil realised just how fun those fucking singularity grenades were.
Oh, yeah, they were good fun.
Really wish you hadn't shown him those on the first night. Because the number of times he was just knew he was in a losing fight against me, and he would just throw one of those fucking singularities. So
Slob
I'd
it
kill him, and then I'd die.
and then die. Yeah. Well, telling me how you thought you knew how to get out of it, but
I did, because I had to use my grapple, but usually I was so low on health after having a gunfight with someone that you can't. Doesn't matter how far away you get, you're going to blow up. What else did we play on Titanfall 2? We had some Titan v Titan modes. So,
yeah, that one, I wasn't as big a fan of that mode. It felt a bit more like just kind of slugging it out, and it was kind of always you'd die, then they'd die, then you'd die. It's kind of if you just come out of a fight, you were bound to lose the next one. Is kind of how it felt.
you were definitely.
Yeah, I mean, I very rarely came out of a fight.
Well, yeah, because it was basically duels, wasn't it? So you ended up if you went in and you won one battle, you were so badly fucked. The next one, you were just going to get battered straight away.
That was
Yeah.
a fucking terrible map for that, though. Because
Yeah,
it was
that-
all corridors.
Yeah, it was a bad map.
There's like 5 minutes of John following me as I'm just running around in a circle looking for you two.
Like, I couldn't get past Phil at one point to start shooting John.
And then I killed both of them because of it.
Do you remember
Yeah.
That was the only reason.
about communication, Lee? No, you should have just said.
But we were still stuck in a corridor, so it wouldn't really have helped.
At least
Yeah.
I could have known how much I was upsetting you. That would have helped me, you know.
Would have made it
That
all
would've made-
worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but then we'd have lost because she'd have been doing something other than playing Titanfall.
Uh,
Yeah.
yeah. And then we moved on to some attrition, which is just the standard Titanfall mode in multiplayer. And the game was a lot more open because of that.
I think that was my favourite. I quite like that.
I like that. It was more chaotic, but I did like it.
Yeah.
And I quite enjoyed the one we played online as well, despite we only lost by about 10 points.
Yeah, we should have lost that a lot more decisively, but I think the guys on the other team weren't that good. They were obviously better than us because they've been playing it for the last 5 years. But I don't think they were particularly good. I mean, obviously, there was times when they were just like bouncing off the walls and sliding around, and it was just impossible to keep with them. But at other times, they were just sort of standing around, not really doing anything. There was a couple of times when they were just standing on the rooftops, thinking they were so good they were just going to snipe everyone from the top of it. And if you were quick, you could get there and kill them easily. But my Titan did not last very long. A lot of the time playing that.
I only got in my Titan once, and then I realised that whenever I was in my Titan, I just got shot to pieces, so it wasn't worth it.
Nah.
Just land it and stay out of it.
Yeah, let the Auto Titan do its thing while you use it as a distraction.
Yeah.
Or my personal favourite, which was call my Titan in and then climb on the back of someone else's Titan, and then you've got two.
Woohoo.
It's a little thing I picked up from Lee playing it a long time ago. He used to call his Titan in and never get in it, and would just ride on someone else.
I did that last night as well, and I think I killed you 3 times in a row with it as well because you kept going after my Titan.
Yeah. Well, I thought the Titan was the bit better target.
Yeah, decoy's always much more fun. Plus, it's easier to kill other pilots. Well, I found it was easier to kill other pilots with your pilot.
Yeah, definitely, massively.
In fact, largely, I found killing other Titans was easier with a pilot.
Yeah.
The only time Titans really came into it was when you were having to kill a Titan.
Yep. Well, I mean, I got a fair few kills on Phil with my Titan by just stepping on it.
Without realising.
Yeah.
Just walking around while I was trying to get on top of the Titan and standing on me.
Or that time when I jumped over a fence and landed on top of you, didn't even know you were there.
Didn't even know I was there. Yeah.
That was funny.
It was just after I'd killed Lee as well, I think. So yeah, did you guys enjoy playing Titanfall?
Yeah.
I probably won't ever play it again.
No, I'm not expecting us to ever play it again. Unlike some of the other games we've chosen, where it's been like, oh yeah, we should definitely go back to playing that at some point.
Never did.
Remnant from the Ashes and World War Z.
Hey, you leave World War Z be. I'm choosing that again next time it's my turn, so we can get the fucker finished.
Yeah.
I'll totally play that. Yeah, exactly. If you're going to choose between Titanfall and World War Z, it's a no-brainer, isn't it? But I think part of that is the difference between the World War Z's got a proper co-op mode. It feel like, whereas Titanfall, it's just it's an old-fashioned multiplayer, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm happy to play Titanfall again. I really enjoy it. I like the setting. I like the future. I don't like the COD aspect of it.
Yeah.
It does feel a lot like COD with added jumping off walls.
See, that was my thing when we got into the full multiplayer map yesterday. I was like, holy fuck, boys, this is Call of Duty. I am not going to do well here. Because I don't play twitchy fucking speedy shooters like that. I never have.
No. Shoot grunts.
But
this
isn't even me getting old thing. This is just me. I've never been good at those games. I've never liked them. I play slower paced shooters even online. Like, your kill zones and your battlefields.
Mm. All of my favourite shooters are shield shooters, as I like to call them. I guess I don't really have to got any particular name, but ones where you don't just go down like a sack of spuds off 1 or 2 shots. Like you did, like COD Titanfall, whereas like Halo and a couple of others, like Destiny, where you've got a shield first before you actually die.
Yeah.
So you've got a chance to turn around and start doing some shit and dodge it and start using your skill, not so that people just pick you off from behind every 5 seconds. They're my sort of shoot. So I prefer them, but I do really enjoy Titanfall, and would be happy to play again.
I don't mind going down quickly in a shoot.
Record that. Sound snip.
Cut that in a shooter. But the problem for me is I hate, like I say, when we're playing against each other, it was different. As soon as you went online and suddenly you realise everyone's playing this in a kind of, just constantly be jumping and strafing left and right kind of mode, that frustrates me. And I wish they'd just make a shooter where everybody was as old as I am. It's kind of, you can only run for a few feet and then you're a bit tired. You need to have a little sit down, and everything's a little bit slower, and that'd be a bit more like my style. I wouldn't mind that as much. And a gun kills you quickly, so that makes sense. But the whole jumping around and everything else all the time does get a bit frustrating.
Did any of you play Overwatch when it was a thing?
No.
See that I didn't mind. I played it for a little. I didn't play it long enough to get good at it. I played it for a while, and because of the kind of shooter it is, there's none of this, upgrading all your weapons and top-notch guns and shit. Everybody's on a level playing field every game, and you just got to find someone you're good at, you're good with. And I think while I would never fucking spend time playing games like that anymore, that's more my kind of game. If I'm going to get into trying to play shooters with regular people, that's kind of, I feel like I can hold my own in a game like that.
Yeah, I prefer ones that are baseline as well, that there's no clear advantage.
Yeah. you know, what
Obviously, Halo was always one. I can't remember. I'm sure Halo 5 changed that slightly, but all the others were all baseline. So
I don't want to do is I don't want to pick up COD on release day and chuck in the multiplayer, and there's already somebody that's prestige 93 times, has every gun you can think of, and may as well just nuke himself as he walks around because no one's got a fucking chance. That's not fun for me, and it's certainly not why I spend 60 quid on video games.
no. Although we really should get back and finish the World War Z.
Yes, we should.
Well-
And also, we need to play more Rocket League.
Well, it's my choice in September, and I'm pretty sure I'll be picking World War Z so we can get it finished.
Oh, wait, shit. Does that mean mine's August?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, I better start looking then.
Yeah, none
Not
of this
another
moving
fucking
home
fast
shit.
as last month.
I think World War Z again, we still won't have finished it.
Still be stuck in Russia going, I don't know what we're doing. Is that you all done then, John?
Yeah, I think so.
Cool.
Be nice. Yeah. Does anyone have any free time coming up that we can play some Rocket League or any other games?
Free time is at a premium at the moment.
Yeah, I'm going to be like that soon as well.
Pubs are opening, aren't they?
That doesn't matter to these two.
No.
And I mean, almost definitely every Tuesday and Thursday I'm free.
Well, I mean, the worst you can do is text me and say, do you want to play? And the worst I can say is no. Yeah.
Yes.
Well, no, the worst you can do is just flat out not reply.
I mean, I might start doing that because no cunt ever replies to my fucking emails about the podcast. And I say, please, read the agenda. All you got to do is say, yeah, okay, I read it.
I mean, I read the agenda.
I read the agenda. You just didn't ask for a reply. If you'd said, "Can you please give me a bit of love at the end?" I would have responded,
No.
"Cheers, Brooke, I love it."
Bit,
Thanks.
common fucking courtesy. Yeah, cheers.
We don't have that.
Yeah, cunts.
I might just reply back to it, just saying read.
No, don't bother now. I'm just going to text you guys and say, you on for Wednesday? Yeah, good. Fuck you.
That sounds about right.
I'm going to send you a personal read receipt next time.
There's not going to be a next time.
More importantly, who's hosting next time? Is it Lee's turn?
No, it's mine.
Oh, I'm desperate to wait to see when Lee hosts because I imagine that is going to be hilariously
I might
disorganised.
I might make it so that Lee does episode 100.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's nice. That's nice.
Big 100.
Yeah.
Wait, does that mean we've had our second anniversary already?
What?
Did we miss it?
Second? We've been doing this for 4 years.
If we've definitely missed the second one then.
Yeah. Have we really been doing this for 4 years?
52 weeks in a year, mate. We do it every other week. So we only do 26 a year.
At best.
So in September, it'll be 4 years.
Yeah. Good old EGX.
But it is interesting that when you look at the episode count in iTunes, it actually says, I think the last week's one was episode 112. Because obviously,
that's because double bills and things.
Yeah, double bills and batch episodes and shit like the E3 stuff.
When we did that Call of Duty one where we were just talking for so fucking long.
Talking for so fucking long. Boys.
It's only an hour and a half.
That's right. I haven't fucking talked about the game I was playing yet.
True. I mean, you've only been playing it for a couple of days, and you've already had a whole fucking episode based on it. Triple bill, in fact.
Triple bill, thank you very much. 6 fucking hours. Well, I've been playing Last of Us 2.
What?
Lads, there's no way anything beats this as my game of the year. No way. Absolutely none. And I can't. Sorry?
There's still time. You got Cyberpunk later in the year, surely.
Cyberpunk ain't going to touch it, not for me. Guaranteed.
The Mass Effect trilogy is coming back out again at the end of the year.
Oh, yeah, must rush to fucking play that.
What about Scum? Scum's coming out this year.
No. I can't wait. I need Lee to hurry up and fucking play it so we can talk about it, because I'm desperate
Alright,
to talk to you about
I'll
it.
get on it. I'll get on it.
But literally all that, because again, I don't want to put spoilers in, but yeah, it's the best game I played this year. Best game I've played in quite a long time. Emotionally powerful. Really good. I platinumed it 45 minutes before we started recording this afternoon as well. I was quite happy with that. But I've still got about 8 hours till I see the end credits again, so I'm still going to finish it, even though I've got no more trophies to get. For me, I think that's more telling than anything else. I finished The Last of Us 2. The next morning, I put it back in, and I started again. Considering I don't have time to fucking play games once at the moment, I have purposely chosen to go back in and play the game for a second time.
Platinumed it, and you're still not finished, and you're going to finish it anyway.
Exactly.
But it does raise one really important question, doesn't it?
Go on, then.
Which is, Lee, can I borrow your PlayStation?
Not yet. I've got like 3 games I want to play through on it, 3 or 4. So you're going to be waiting a while.
Damn it!
You're going to have to buy a PlayStation 5, mate.
You should just borrow Dom's. It's not like he ever fucking plays it.
I'll wait for you to buy a PlayStation 5, and then I'll borrow your PlayStation 4. That's the answer, isn't it?
Forever.
I think Brooker's Game of the Year is going to change in September when Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2 remake comes out.
Oh yes, I did not.
Just no. I'm not entirely sure I could give less of a shit about any game. Okay, maybe Mass Effect.
Yep.
Crash Bandicoot.
Yep.
Crash
Yeah,
Bandicoot
the
4
new one coming out.
could be fun. Don't think it's going to be better than The Last of Us Part 2, though.
Well, you know, there's always one game that's definitely sort of up there on your list, the annual release of the next FIFA game, which I presume, because it's 2020, it's going to be FIFA 21 for some fucking silly reason.
Because logic.
So, and now that you mention it, Konami have said that they're not releasing a PES 21. They're just going to do a update to this one because they want to focus on next gen.
Great. Ray tracing on football kits. Can't fucking wait. But yeah, like we said, taking the piss. If you really want to hear what I thought about Last of Us Part 2, there is a 3-part spoiler-filled spoiler cast that me and Paddy recorded last week. It was only supposed to be a couple of hours, and we got online at 8 o'clock, and then somewhere around 2:30 when I went to bed, I'd only just finished and was panicking about how I was going to fucking edit 6 hours of a podcast.
I still think you should have cut it into 100 micro episodes.
I say, if you wanted to do that, you could have done it easily. I would have given you the file, and you could do it. I'm not putting that much fucking effort into it. Like these fucking podcasts that do like Jurassic Park minute by minute. I can't think of a more boring way of looking at Jurassic Park ever.
I wouldn't even consider watching one of those.
No, me neither. But yeah, hurry up and play The Last of Us 2 so we can talk about it.
I'll get on it, bro.
I'll play it as soon as I can.
I'll play it as soon as Lee lends me the PlayStation.
Well,
You ain't even played the first one.
I have. I've got it upstairs. I haven't finished it. I played a bit of it.
dude, you so desperately need to finish the first one before you play 2.
I feel like the time's passed now. It's like, how many years
It's
old?
not.
was it?
It's
No.
definitely not.
You need to play the first one.
Just play the remastered one when you borrow my PlayStation in a few months.
There we go. You see, I knew I'd get there in the end.
Yeah, I'm playing it first.
But I did say to John, like, once I'm done with it and I'm done with Ghost of Tsushima, he's more than welcome to borrow my Pro so he can play The Last of Us 2, because I do genuinely think everybody should play it.
Honestly, I'm surprised that John's not just going to buy another PlayStation and then sell it again afterwards.
I'm not buying another PlayStation.
Do it.
I'm not doing it.
Do it.
I have much more important things to spend my money on.
Like what?
My house.
Fair enough.
Your sister's house.
Your sister's house?
You can pick up a PS4 Slim for $180.
Okay. Currently trying to avoid spending money right now.
I mean, a ton 18. That's cheaper than you can get a second gen VR.
You're not selling it to me.
Well, I'm just telling you what's cheaper.
It's cheaper than buying a new Volvo.
Yeah, cheaper than buying a Bugatti Veyron.
I tell you what, Lee, you buy me a PlayStation for a 1080, and I will play it.
Can I have a
And
new Volvo?
I won't
I
sell
can't
it
afford that.
afterwards either.
I'm saving for something too.
Not good enough. It's only a 1080. It's cheaper than a Volvo.
I've already got a PS4, mate.
I haven't, and you're going to buy it for me.
I'm sure I sold my last one for 200 quid as well.
Well, there you go. See, look, now you can afford to buy me one, and apparently, because you sold the last one for 200,
And have 20 quid left over.
Oh no, because that went between the 400 it cost me to buy the Pro.
Well, there we go then.
Well, this has devolved into a weird domestic situation. Seems like a good time to wrap it up, boys.
Yeah.
Phil,
Yo.
have you got anything you want to plug? Anything you want to say before you go?
Oh,
anything you want to plug.
Whew.
Doesn't
I'm
take
getting
long to
sweaty
go
over
down.
here.
Move on swiftly. No, I'll give a quick shout out to your biggest fan, Alex Payne, who listens to you religiously and will be incredibly jealous that you've invited me here today. But other than that, nothing for me.
Cool. Lee?
I'd like to give a big shout out to Alex Payne. You're a nice guy.
He's not.
Keep listening. Other than that, yeah, Pyro Loveridge everywhere as always.
And John?
I'd also like to give a shout out to Alex Payne and apologise. I didn't invite Phil on. He sort of just turned up. I was against it from the start. I prefer you. And I am the John_CU on Twitter and on Xbox Live. I'm Long Dong Silver.
Cool. I would not like to give a shout out to Alex Payne. Alex, mate, I don't know who you are. And I am Brooker411 on Twitter, pretty much everywhere. And that's it. If you don't want to come and join us or find us separately, go and find Character Unlock at Character Unlock on Twitter and Instagram and Facebook. And that's it, I think. Where nothing much happens, because all I want to talk about is The Last of Us, and I don't want to put spoilers everywhere. At least I try not to. Sorry, Lee.
It wasn't your fault. Fucking Matt.
Technically, it was your fault for looking at it in the first place.
Well, see, I dodge when I dodge things. I dodge sort of news, news updates and reports and game reviews and stuff like that. I don't dodge Brooker. He's my friend.
That teacher, wouldn't it?
He's also well against spoilers. I just wasn't expecting Matt to just be a dipshit. So, shit happens.
Yep. Take that, Matt, you dipshit.
Although, I know. I kind of expected that anyway. Even if I hadn't have thought about it, I kind of would have expected that one to have occurred.
We will talk about it when you finish the game.
Yes.
Most definitely, because it needs to be talked about.
Yes.
Can I not be on that episode?
No, you have to be on it, all 6 hours of it.
Sit and listen for it all.
I don't listen back to these ones. I'm not going to listen to that one.
Anyways,
It's bad enough I have to live the experience. I don't want to hear it again.
it's good from a man that you've been podcasting with for 4 years. Cunt.
I really, really enjoy listening to them again. And I think that makes me a narcissist.
Well, you have said that's because you blatantly said it's because you love the sound of your own voice.
I just like listening to my shitty jokes again.
But this
because my memory's so shit. And I remember laughing it's like I wish I could record myself when I went out on the piss, because I know that I laughed a load of times, but half the time I can't remember what I laughed about. So it's nice to laugh again at the same shit joke because it's a surprise again the second time, even though I told it the first time.
I feel like you should be walking around with a GoPro permanently sellotaped to your head.
Mate, my memory is so fucking crap, but my emotional memory is just abysmal. All I can remember is just like boring facts and stuff about work. It's just so fucking tedious.
All right. On that note, boys, it's been a good one.
Yeah.
Thanks, Phil, for coming on.
Cheers, lads.
And thanks,
Been
Phil,
emotional.
for playing Titanfall with us.
That was less fun.
Yeah. Gentlemen, say goodnight.
Good night.
Good night.
Good night.
Bye.